TNG, Season 1, Episode 9. We're back. The Battle is the name of this episode. I'm not going to make any predeterminations about this episode because last week's episode was so bad. It was honestly haunting me for the week after I watched it, just how incredibly bad it was. You know, it's really something to think about how this show lasted into Season 2. I know that it's like a filler episode, there's filler episodes, but my goodness, even when the filler episodes are that bad, it's insane. It was just, you know what, forget it. Wipe the slate clean. Let's get into this, try to get into this from a fresh perspective and open-minded. So enough from me, let's do it.
In response to a Starfleet order, we are in the Zendi Sabu star system, having rendezvoused with a...
Zindi? Oh god, Ferengi again.
But I've been feeling a bit odd of late.
I see nothing physically wrong, but I want to run some additional scans in sickbay.
Doctor, all I've got is
an order to report to sickbay.
Alright, relax.
Can you give any hint of what they've been waiting for?
Negative, Captain. They've identified their commander as Bach. Damon Bach.
You'll be able to see him now, sir.
Bond. James Bond.
Is this the...
Again with this weird white screen again.
I know you, Picard.
Then you have the advantage of me.
I have asked you here to discuss a mutual problem, Captain.
This guy seems much more reasonable than the last one. The last Damon we saw in the last outpost.
Shall we meet on your vessel or mine?
He just hung up on him.
I appreciate your offer, Damon Bach. We would like you to be our guest here.
As you wish, Picard.
I can't believe they're coming here.
Alright, relax, Worf.
They did agree a bit easily. In 1 hour, we shall know why.
Take whatever chance you can get. For peace with any. Always trying to make peace.
It may be true that headaches were once quite common. That was in the days before the brain was charted.
So what's the cause of my headache?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Pain's gone.
Medical fakery. The pain is actually still there. It's just cloaked.
What?
Commander, you'll soon be getting an intruder alert.
What? Wesley, we've got something to report.
If you'll scan heading 44 Mark 163, Lieutenant, you'll find...
Intruder alert, sir.
What is he doing? What's going on?
It's an old-style starship, sir. Constellation class, heading this way under impulse power. Says the long-distance sensors, sir.
How is that an intruder alert? They're not on the ship.
How? We will discuss this later.
What's wrong, sir?
Headache's back.
No, it's nothing. It's just a mild headache. Might have imperiled this vessel had it been something hostile approaching.
Yes, sir.
We are receiving no signal at all from the approaching starship.
Wesley can't do anything right. Last episode they wanted to kill him for sitting on some flowers. Now they're yelling at him for not doing proper procedures. Poor kid. That was a very, very different transporter effect. Kind of cool.
My first officer, Commander William Riker. Second in command, Data. Counselor Troy.
Why is Worf standing there?
Clothed females. Most interesting.
They are that, sir.
Commander Data is
second-hand merchandise, and you wouldn't want it.
Nice.
Second hand, sir.
Second in command, more like.
But the unidentified starship is coming in. Still no signal at all.
It is a gift from us, with which we honor the hero of Maxia. Do you not remember the Battle of Maxia?
I'm sorry, I do not.
Maxia?
He may refer to an encounter which occurred 9 years ago in the Maxia Zeta star system.
That fine vessel was Ferengi.
Which you destroyed, sir.
What?
What is with him?
As if it were something from your past.
It's all right. I'm fine.
Maybe that's the Battle of Maxia they were just freaking talking about? Stargazer. It's gonna be the Stargazer.
It's a Stargazer.
Yeah.
It's my old ship.
It was a derelict, adrift in space on the far side of this star system. At no cost. Ugly, very ugly.
Ugly. The Ferengi are much more tolerable in this episode than the first one they were introduced in.
At that moment, I was remembering being at the helm of the Stargazer. A maneuver was being made. We were hit. That was just part of my memory.
Those are some pretty intense memories.
We were traveling at warp 2 through the Maxia Zeta system when this unidentified starship suddenly appeared and fired on us, point-blank range. Can you identify them, Vigo, if they come in a second time with our shields damaged?
Vigo.
He's my weapons officer on the Stargazer.
Your shields were failing, sir.
Improvised?
You performed what Starfleet textbooks now refer to as the Picard maneuver.
Well, I did what any...
I thought the Picard maneuver was playing down his shirt.
We had to abandon ship. We limped through space in shuttlecraft for weeks before we were picked up.
USS Stargazer.
Looks like the Wrath of Khan bridge. It probably is, actually.
We are forced to abandon our starship. May she find her way without us. Apparently she did, sir.
What the hell is that?
Try this, hero of Maxia.
How was it, Captain?
Very strange, number one. Like going back to the house you grew up in, but no one's home.
The Ferengi are giving Picard a real bad headache, just like they do for me.
Shields weakening, Captain.
Torpedoes armed.
Where are they?
Oh my God, sir!
It seems the captain's personal log contains a much different version of that conflict than the official historic account.
What are you saying?
It would appear that the starship
Something Picard had to keep secret, maybe?
had been under a flag of truce.
What?
And apparently, the captain destroyed the ship without notice or provocation. It is logged in his own voice, sir.
Nah, it's a Ferengi ploy. This is the big ploy to go to war with the Federation.
What does this mean?
I don't know, sir. It sounds like your voice.
It is number one.
But I refuse to believe you ever said that. I can't believe they'd ask for your command.
Why wouldn't they? With the Ferengi making these friendship overtures? I could become a severe embarrassment to Starfleet.
Try to relax.
That doesn't look like relaxing, Picard.
I would call the wanton destruction of an unarmed vessel infamy.
And have I produced evidence?
I hate the stupid white background they always have.
As you humans say, I'm all ears.
First officer to first officer, Kazago.
We freely give you back your derelict warship, and now you accuse us of crime, Riker? I can bear no more insults.
Not resting, Captain.
More like dying, Doctor.
Over here.
Why is he still on the Stargazer? If I were him, I'd want off that ship if that was giving me the freaking headache, or at least if that's what he thought.
But something unusual has definitely been happening to you.
Well, the doctors always say the obvious is always a revelation.
Why do captains always act like they're immortal?
Oh, this stupid thing again. Was Picard like brainwashed by the Ferengi or something in the Battle of Maxia? They've got like a chip in his brain or something?
I got this headache long before I even knew my old ship still existed. How do I know I was in my right mind at Maxia? How do I know I'm in my right mind now?
How many times are they going to show this shot?
And now, my dear Captain, you are ready to live the path.
What's with the smoke they're in? He's like, it's all smoke around him. So, he had one of those red balls in his room. Is that what's causing the headache? No, it can't be, because he had it before the Stargazer showed up.
You will injure yourself as you once injured me.
Ah, he was the captain of the other ship, and it wasn't destroyed, probably.
Damage report.
Fusion generator under search control, sir.
One of these two logs is a forgery, sir.
Correction. The log just found aboard the Stargazer is a forgery.
But now, except for Riker, I would like you all to return to your stations.
He's being controlled or something.
You too, Doctor. I have business with the commander.
This is just like when that all-energy being was controlling him. Oh, this shot for the 15th time. Sweet.
I keep sensing random thoughts, but two sets of them, as if they were his, but intermixed with other thoughts, which are also his.
I know, Mom, but this is important. When I went back to the main sensors and engineering to try some more sensitivity experiments...
Does this have something to do with Captain Picard?
Alright, relax. Let him freaking talk.
And I noticed that these patterns are the same as those picked up from the low-intensity transmissions from the Ferengi ship. I went back and checked, and they're exactly the same. You're welcome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at least you could at least thank him. Not gonna lie, I'm pulling for Wesley here. Well, actually, no. I forgot about last episode.
Some unusual low-intensity transmissions from the Ferengi vessel.
Transmissions which exactly match certain anomalies found in the captain's brain scans.
Give me a location on Captain Picard.
Captain Picard is in Transporter Room 3.
Here we go again. It's totally the bridge from the TOS movies, right? Or it's like redressed, maybe?
What is happening?
You were not there a second ago.
Shields up, computer.
A low-intensity beam of intermittent pulse inside this starship.
I have a fix on it, sir. Inside Captain Picard's quarters.
You transferred some of his belongings from the Stargazer?
Yes, including a fairly heavy chest.
I have been waiting a long 9 years for this, Picard. You murdered my only son. He was commander of the ship you destroyed. A proper broad revenge.
What is that thing?
You are back in command of the Stargazer, Picard. Its computers will answer your orders.
What do you make of it, LaForge?
Seems to be a network of miniature circuitry, sir. Incredibly complex. Maybe an amplifier.
Just where I had left it. He hadn't yet unpacked.
So he may not have even known it was there.
He opened the chest and saw it when he was on the Stargazer.
A thought maker. If your captain is criminal enough to own one...
Izago, you know who controls those spheres.
Phasers full up. Arm torpedoes. Fire the shield at full power.
The Picard maneuver. What is the defense against that data?
There is no defense, sir.
Then devise one, fast.
We do not wish to become involved in what has become clearly a Federation matter.
Phew, son of a...
His first officer has confined him for engaging in this unprofitable adventure.
This class starship has enough power to use our tractor beam on it, sir.
Lock on tractor beam. Captain Picard, listen.
Come on, snap out of it.
Look around. The Ferengi are using their thought devices on you.
Stand by.
Look for a silver sphere.
It's glowing red, you might say. Do it.
Phaser.
You could have stood back a little bit.
Where am I, number one?
Aboard the Stargazer, sir.
Let the dead rest. And the past past.
And close out with this fucking shot again. Alrighty, well that was the battle. You know, I have to say, one thing I'll give the episode was it definitely made the Ferengi much more tolerable. And not good characters by any means, but tolerable. And I appreciate the sort of arc that the first officer on the Ferengi ship had at the end. But, you know, I do like the idea of Picard dealing with trauma, and I like learning more about his past. You know, I recognize the Stargazer because I know about the Stargazer, but I didn't know about the Battle of Moxia or whatever. So that was cool, but the whole plot with the thought device, they never explained how he was being affected by it before they came in contact with the Stargazer. Was it? And also, so they planted it on the Stargazer for Picard to then find, and then they could control his thoughts after that. But how were they giving him a headache or affecting him before they came in contact with the Stargazer again? Was it just because they were near the Stargazer? And how does that thing tap into one selected person's brainwaves? I mean, what the hell? It was cool seeing like a TOS movie era bridge, which I'm pretty sure was the Wrath of Khan bridge reused, maybe changed slightly. It looked very similar, maybe identical. Yeah, I mean, this was, at least there was some interesting sort of story going on. It was pretty straightforward. I mean, it was pretty obvious that Damon Bach was getting revenge on Picard. I thought maybe the twist was going to be that Damon Bach was on that ship and that ship survived or something, but no, it was his son that was commanding it and it was destroyed. But also, they don't explain how the logs were tampered. I mean, I guess they just replicated his voice somehow, but the whole Ferengi plan has so many plot holes in it that it's insane. But I think maybe it's best that they don't even look into it because it's not meant to be looked into. They didn't think about it that much. But so as a result, it just makes for a kind of bland viewing experience. But Patrick Stewart gave good performance as always. Riker got a lot to do in this episode because he was really in command quite a bit. Wesley getting mistreated as always, even though he pretty much discovers the whole brainwave interference control thing. So thanks again, Wes, but nobody's going to thank you on the crew. Certainly a step up from last week, but still not great. Just okay. I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot. I know I've been saying that a lot. I'm going to keep saying that a lot, but it's what it is. Until next time, thanks for watching.